We're diving into Honda and Nissan's top 20 legendary sports cars. From Honda's iconic Ferrari killer to Nissan's Godzilla, subscribe and let's get into it. What if a car didn't just compete with Ferraris and Lamborghinis but forced them to evolve? That's exactly what the Honda NSX did. Launched in 1990, this wasn't just another sports car, it was an evolution that redefined the supercar formula. Gone were the days when exotic cars were temperamental and impractical. The NSX proved you could have jaw-dropping performance and everyday reliability. Its design, inspired by the F-16 fighter jet, housed a mid-mounted 3.0-liter VTEC V6 engine that balanced power with precision. While it wasn't the most powerful car of its time, it was the most accessible and well-rounded. A supercar that didn't intimidate but was inviting. Ayrton Senna, one of Formula One's greatest, lent his expertise to ensure its handling was razor-sharp. With groundbreaking aluminum construction and engineering far ahead of its rivals, the NSX didn't just compete. It forced the giants of the industry to step up. Today, its legendary status remains unchallenged. This next one's a piece of history. What happens when a small car punches way above its weight? You get the Honda S800, a tiny powerhouse that left an outsized mark on the automotive world. Born as the evolution of the S500, the S800 came armed with a feisty 791cc engine, delivering 70 horsepower and a screaming 8,500 RPM redline. This wasn't just a car, it was an adrenaline-fueled experience, perfectly tuned for those who lived for the thrill of the drive. But this car wasn't just about speed, it was Honda's ticket to the global stage. With its nimble handling, lightweight design, and signature high-revving engine note, the S800 didn't just win over enthusiasts, it showed the world that Honda was here to compete with the best. Today, the S800 stands out as a rare gem, a collector's dream that represents Honda's fearless ambition and the start of a legendary sports car legacy. Imagine this, it's 1995 and Honda drops a game-changer on the automotive world. The Integra Type R DC2 wasn't just a car, it was a revolution on four wheels. This wasn't about big horsepower or flashy gimmicks, it was about pure engineering brilliance. With its 187 horsepower naturally aspirated VTEC engine, a lightweight chassis, and razor-sharp handling, the Integra Type R became the gold standard for precision and balance. Every detail of this car was designed to thrill. Honda stripped out the unnecessary and focused on what mattered: connection, control, and an unmatched driving experience. The high-revving engine sang its iconic tune as you pushed it to its limits, delivering a sense of engagement that few cars then or now could replicate. Today, the Integra Type R is a legend, a JDM masterpiece that enthusiasts dream of owning. Clean examples have become collector's items, cementing this car's place as one of the greatest front-wheel drive icons of all time. In 1963, while most car makers were stuck in the past, Honda was making history. Enter the S500, Honda's first production car, a tiny roadster that defied convention. With a 531cc engine pushing just 44 horsepower, it wasn't about power, it was about engagement. The S500's lightweight design and rear-wheel drive layout turned every drive into an exhilarating experience. It wasn't just a car, it was a statement of intent, proving Honda could build cars to rival the best. Sold exclusively in Japan, the S500 may have been small, but it set the foundation for Honda's future sports cars. Today, finding one is nearly impossible, but if you do, it's a prize find. Why? Because the S500 wasn't just the start of Honda's legacy, it solidified the brand as a true contender in the automotive world. Rev it to the moon and it'll thank you for it. Ever wondered what it's like to take a car to the absolute limit? Enter the Honda S200, a roadster that's more than just a car, it's an experience. With a 9,000 RPM redline, the original 2.0-liter engine was pure magic. Why did Honda design a sports car that asked so much of its driver? Because every shift, every rev, every twist of the road became an exhilarating moment. It wasn't just about power, it was about pushing the engine to its limits. Later models with a 2.2-liter engine gave more torque for a well-rounded experience, but did they lose the raw character? Not at all. The S200 demands respect but rewards you with one of the most engaging driving experiences of any modern sports car. It's an icon that still captivates driving purists today. Which one's your favorite? Drop us a comment. The Type R is more than just a car, it's pure performance. The modern Civic Type R FL5 is the epitome of what Honda's legendary Type R badge stands for. With a 2.0-liter turbocharged engine that cranks out 315 horsepower and 310 pound-foot of torque, it's a track beast that's just as capable on the road. This is no mere hatchback, it's a precision machine that delivers thrills at every corner. Decades of Honda engineering have culminated in this car. Every element's been designed for one thing: performance. The FL5 offers a smooth 6-speed manual transmission that makes every gear change feel effortless. And with rev-matching assist, shifting is seamless. It's more refined than ever, yet don't be fooled. The Type R is all about that raw, unfiltered driving joy. At around $43,000, it's not cheap, but for enthusiasts who crave the ultimate driving experience, it's worth every penny. The Civic Type R continues to prove that it's not just a hot hatch, it's the benchmark for all performance cars. Ready to dive into Honda's performance heritage? Before the Civic Type R became a global icon, the EK9 Type R was the ultimate benchmark for hot hatches. Released in '97, this wasn't just a car, it was a masterclass in what a front-wheel drive hatchback could achieve. With 182 horsepower and a featherweight chassis, the EK9 Type R delivered a driving experience that was pure, unfiltered fun. Its responsive steering and suspension made it feel like an extension of the driver's instincts. Initially exclusive to Japan, the EK9 Type R quickly earned its place as a legendary JDM icon. Even today, it's revered as one of the best-handling front-wheel drive cars ever made. The EK9 Type R isn't just a car, it's a statement about Honda's commitment to engineering excellence and an enduring piece of automotive history. If you can find a well-preserved example today, you're looking at a rare gem. This is Honda's legacy at its best. Love it or hate it, the second-generation Honda NCX NC1 rewrote the hybrid supercar rulebook. When it debuted, many skeptics wondered how Honda, known for reliability and affordability, could challenge the giants of the supercar world. But the NC1 NSX proved them wrong with its hybrid drivetrain, combining a twin-turbo 3.5-liter V6 with electric motors to deliver 573 horsepower. And here's the kicker, it's not just fast, it's surprisingly accessible. Unlike many supercars, the NCX offers a comfortable, daily drivable experience without punishing ride typical of track-focused cars. Some might say it's too comfortable for a supercar, but that's exactly what sets it apart. The NSX lets you have fun without needing to be a track day regular. Enthusiasts even called it the supercar you can take out in traffic and still enjoy. And that's a big deal for a car that can go toe-to-toe with the best. Small in size, massive in spirit, meet the Honda S660, the micro sports car that packs a punch well beyond its 63 horsepower. With a 660cc engine, this pint-sized powerhouse isn't your average city car. Designed for Japan's tight streets, the S660 delivers a go-kart-like thrill ride thanks to its mid-mounted engine and rear-wheel drive. Every corner becomes a playground of excitement, and that rare 6-speed manual gearbox ensures a pure connected driving experience. Although only available in Japan, the S660 quickly became a legend, selling over 30,000 units before being discontinued in 2022. Its quirky design and engaging driving dynamics have cemented its status as a potential future collectible. If you're a fan of small, spirited sports cars with big personality, the S660 isn't just a car, it's an icon in the making, destined for cult status and rising value. It's a Civic, but cooler and faster. Enter the Honda CRX-SI. The little car that became an icon among driving enthusiasts. With just 91 horsepower, the CRX-SI wasn't about raw power, it was about pure driving joy. Its lightweight frame and balanced chassis made every corner a thrill, whether you were tearing up mountain roads or cruising through the city. Launched in 1985, the CRX-SI was a statement of fun, freedom, and affordability. Features like a sunroof, rear window wipers, and Italian-inspired design made it stand out. Today, the CRX-SI is rising in popularity among collectors. Clean, well-maintained models are getting harder to find, and prices are creeping up. If you're lucky to own one, you're not just driving a car, you're experiencing true Honda fun at an affordable price. So, now that we've explored Honda's power of dreams, which one stole your heart? Let us know down there in the comments, and let's get into Nissan's innovations that excite. Ever dream of driving a Le Mans race car on the streets? Well, the Nissan R390 GT1 turned that dream into reality, and it's nothing short of a masterpiece. Imagine a car built for endurance racing at the legendary 24-hour of Le Mans, now stripped of its race-only restrictions and put on the road. That's exactly what the R390 GT1 is. Only 2 of these incredibly rare cars were ever made, making it a true collector's dream. Under the hood, you got a 3.5-liter V8 engine that could push this beast to a staggering 220 miles an hour, proving it wasn't just a race car, it was a hypercar in every sense of the word. With its head-turning design, jaw-dropping performance, and a pedigree that comes straight from Le Mans, the R390 GT1 is one of the most rarest and iconic cars in Nissan's history. Get ready to witness a legend that redefines speed, because the Nissan Skyline GTR isn't just a car, it's a performance beast that's been dominating tracks and hearts for decades. From the moment the R32 hit the streets in 1989, the Nissan Skyline GTR became a symbol of untouchable power. These weren't just fast cars, they were absolute monsters on the track. Turbocharged 2.6-liter engines, all-wheel drive, and tech so advanced they seemed ahead of their time. Whether it was the R32's insane handling or the R34's pop culture dominance, the Skyline GTR wasn't just a car, it was the car that redefined performance. A dynasty of speed that left a lasting mark on the automotive world, the Skyline GTR didn't just break records, it shattered them. When the Skyline GTR ended, Nissan didn't just replace it, they set the bar on fire with the insane GTR, and the world of performance cars has never been the same. The 2008 Nissan GTR wasn't just another sports car, it's been famously described like a PlayStation on wheels. Packing a 3.8-liter twin-turbo V6 that cranked out 478 horsepower at launch, this beast has only gotten more powerful over the years. The Nismo version now pushes over 600 horsepower, proving that Nissan's commitment to performance knows no limits. But here's the kicker. The GTR wasn't just about raw power, it's an engineering masterpiece. With a dual clutch, all-wheel drive, and cutting-edge tech, it doesn't just go fast, it makes fast look effortless. A car so precise, it feels like an extension of the driver. This is the Nissan GTR, a true performance icon that continues to dominate the sports car world today. Ever dreamt of owning a Jaguar but thought, can't afford it? Well, Nissan made that dream come true with a twist. Enter the Z-Cars, the ultimate poor man's Jaguar. When the Nissan 240Z dropped in 1970, it shattered the affordable sports car market. With its sleek design, 151 horsepower 2.4-liter 6-cylinder engine, and that unmistakable sense of style, the 240Z proved you didn't have to spend a fortune to own something legendary. And it only got better. The 280Z arrived with even more horsepower, taking performance to the next level. But here's the real magic. The Z cars weren't just about speed, they were about making sports car excitement accessible for anyone. Whether you were on a budget or dreaming big, the Z series gave you both style, performance, and unforgettable fun. These cars are more than just a piece of automotive history. They're the heartbeat of affordable performance, and their legacy is still alive today. Nissan didn't just build a family wagon, they built a performance monster disguised as one. Meet the Stasia Outtech 260 RS, the ultimate sleeper with the heart of a Skyline GTR. The Stasia Outtech 260 RS was Nissan's fearless take on blending practicality and raw performance. On the surface, it looked like your average family wagon, but under the hood, it was packing a 2.6-liter turbocharged inline-six that pumped out 276 horsepower. This wasn't just a grocery getter, it was a car that could crush the competition. With all-wheel drive, manual transmission, and the soul of a Skyline GTR, this sleeper proved performance could live in the most unexpected places. Nissan's bold decision to fuse everyday utility with track-ready power made the Stasia Outtech 260 RS one of the most unique, exciting cars to ever roll off the assembly line. Which car do you like? Comment below. Nissan didn't just build on the Z-Cars, they unleashed pure magic when they added a turbocharger. The 280ZX and 300ZX weren't just cars, they were groundbreaking performance machines that changed everything. What happens when you take a classic icon like the Z series and crank up the power? You get the legendary 280ZX and 300ZX. The 280ZX, introduced in 1978, took the Z series to new highlights with its turbocharged version in 1981, delivering an exhilarating 180 horsepower. But Nissan wasn't stopping there. They brought the game-changing 300ZX into the picture in 1989. This was no ordinary sports car. With a twin-turbocharged 3.0-liter V6 engine that pushed up to 300 horsepower, the 300ZX became a 90s legend, blending sleek styling, insane speed, and cutting-edge tech. Whether you were tearing up the streets or blazing down the track, the 300ZX was a head-turner that could break necks. Is it any wonder the Z-Series became synonymous with performance and excellence? This is the car that started it all, the original Godzilla. The Nissan Skyline 2000 GTR roared onto the scene in 1969 and has been shaking the ground ever since. When the 2000 GTR debuted, no one knew it would lay the foundation for one of the most iconic performance dynasties. With a 160 horsepower 2.0-liter six-cylinder engine, it wasn't the most powerful, but it made up for it in precision and agility. Built to dominate the track, the 2000 GTR crushed the competition in Japanese racing, earning the nickname Godzilla for its dominance. By 1973, it was clear the Skyline GTR wasn't just a car, it was the start of a legendary era that would forever change the world of performance cars. Ever wonder what happens when you mix a quirky crossover with the raw power of a supercar? The Nissan Juke R is the insane answer, and trust me, it's off the charts. Picture this. You take the 545 horsepower, 3.8-liter turbocharged V6 engine from the Nissan GTR, one of the most formidable engines in the world, and stuff it into the body of the unassuming Nissan Juke. What do you get? The Nissan Juke R, a car that completely obliterated expectations and left everyone questioning reality. With a jaw-dropping 0 to 60 miles an hour in just 3.7 seconds, this beast had the streets buzzing and the world's eyes wide open. But Nissan wasn't done yet. Enter the Juke R 2.0. 600 horsepower of pure madness. This wasn't just a quirky crossover, it was a full-blown performance machine that redefined everything we thought we knew about crossovers. It was wild, fast, and downright exhilarating. The Juke R wasn't just a car, it was a revolution in wheels. Think a car can't be both sleek and savage? Think again. The Nissan Silvia Spec R Aero is the perfect mix of elegance and full-throttle ferocity. The Spec R Aero embodies Nissan's performance philosophy. Pure power and precision, no compromises. It was the final send-off for the iconic Silvia lineup, and it made an impact. Beneath its clean design, the Silvia packed a turbocharged 2.0-liter engine with 250 horsepower. With a reinforced body, 6-speed manual transmission, and upgraded brakes, this car was built for precision. The rear wing wasn't just for show, it signaled this car was ready for action. Whether tearing through tight corners or leaving competitors behind, the Silvia Spec R Aero was a track-ready beast, always ready to dominate anyone daring enough to challenge it. Wrapping up our list with a true legend, the Nissan Z-Series made an unforgettable return in 2002, and it's been dominating ever since. After a brief hiatus, Nissan came back swinging with the 350Z, and the world had no choice but to pay attention. This wasn't just a revival, it was a full-throttle reinvention. Powered by a 3.5-liter V6 engine cranking out 287 horsepower, the 350Z proved that Nissan wasn't just re-entering the sports car scene, they were redefining it. Fast forward to the 370Z in 2009, which cranked things up with an even fiercer 3.7-liter V6 pushing 332 horsepower, and it doesn't end there. The 370Z Nismo took things to a whole new level with a brutal 350 horsepower, making it a track day monster. The Z-Series isn't just a car, it's an icon, blending insane power, legendary style, and Nissan's engineering genius. And that's a wrap on the top 20 legendary sports cars from Honda and Nissan. Each one represents pure innovation and passion. Hit subscribe and let us know your favorite in the comments below.